February is a month many associate with love. It also happens to be National Heart Month. Heart disease, of course, a big problem in Oklahoma and America as a whole. So today we have a recipe. I hope that you'll enjoy. OSU med student Abby Davis is getting closer and closer to becoming now a surgeon. Hopefully joins us next for this delicious muffin recipe. Abby, welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
We've been, following your career, so you have settled on surgery. That's kind of what you want to go with here.
Yeah, I officially submitted my first application for an audition spot. So not for certain yet, but that is the path I am pursuing. So
all the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Of course, this is Heart Health Month. Surgeries can be a part of that. Preventative maintenance can be a part of that. How do we take care of our hearts, and how do you communicate that to patients who are like, okay, let's prevent things before they happen?
Absolutely. You put that perfectly. So I am actually on a rotation in the ICU this month, and I would say that definitely at least 9 out of 10 of our patients do have some sort of heart disease, which is unfortunate because, like you said, it is something that is mostly preventable in most cases. And it's the two things we always say, diet and exercise, which can get a little boring and daunting to talk about. But I don't think it has to be so extreme. Exercise can mean walking around the block. And diet can mean just simple swaps, eating more fruits and vegetables, not taking away everything you love, but just little things to give ourselves the best chances while we age.
Yeah, and in what ways can heart issues affect your life then negatively if you don't take care of it? What are some of the ranges that, that can happen?
Big range, big question.
Right,
because, it is our ticker. That thing does keep us going. And so, things like shortness of breath, difficulty walking, affecting your mentation, affecting every organ your heart interacts with. It's truly an unfortunate sequelae can succeed heart disease.
Yeah, so many, right? I mean, it keeps us going and all the organs attached to it. That's a great way to put it. I wanted to talk about this recipe.
Yeah.
We've got plant-based, we've got all kinds of things here for these chocolate cherry muffins.
Yeah, and we have hearts.
And it's Heart Month.
There's hearts everywhere. It's
How
Love
perfect
Month.
is this?
Yes. And so I call them breakfast muffins. They can be whatever time you want them to be muffins, but it's just because, especially when it's colder outside, we're a little bit lazier, a little bit cozier in bed. It can be hard to sit down and have a whole breakfast. And so I made sure I put a good amount of fiber, good fats, protein in here as like a simple snack to take on your way to school or to work, send with the kids, whatever. And I also featured 2 ingredients that kind of secretly help the heart a bit, cherries and dark chocolate. Okay. Which may not be the first 2 things you think about when it comes to healthy foods and your heart health. But cherries are actually a huge antioxidant. They help you recover from exercise even, and there's some studies that say they can boost your amount of melatonin to help you sleep better. Oh. Which is also correlated with heart health, your amount of sleep.
I love that.
And then dark chocolate as well. There's some studies that say can improve your insulin sensitivity, which diabetes is another enemy or friend, you could say, of heart dysfunction. And they're also tasty.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, how do we make them? I'm loving this. This looks simple, which is what I like.
It really is. I did this. I'm kind of a slow baker. I really like to hang out in the kitchen, and even this was just like a 30-40 minute ordeal and was fun to do. And so I start by soaking flax seeds. So a cool plant-based substitute for eggs actually is 1 tablespoon of flax to 3 tablespoons of water. Okay. And you kind of let it hang out, marinate for 10-15 minutes, and it coagulates to kind of act like a binder in place of an egg. And so we get that ready. We drain and dry our cherries so we don't have too much fluid, chop up dark chocolate, and that's kind of the only prep we do. And after that, we combine everything. We start with the wet ingredients, the plant milk, plant butter, vanilla, our flax egg situation, all the dry ingredients, and then add the cherries, chocolate, and hemp seeds, which have a whole ton of protein actually. They're at the end.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and I half the flour with ground oats, which is kind of the other breakfast component. Okay. I just blend up oats. You can make your own little flour and kind of have a greater fiber and protein content in your baked goods.
And so do we bake them for how long would you say on these muffins here?
Yeah, I think I bake 30 to 35 minutes. A little bit longer because the cherries moisten it up a bit. But just when they get nice and crackly on the top, and you can stick a toothpick in without it getting too messy.
This is perfect. And you know, the egg substitute, another thing, obviously we know egg yolks have that cholesterol in it, so a substitute for eggs, very good. Abby Davis, thank you so much, and best of luck in your education. I'm sure you will do awesome in what you're going to do.
I appreciate it.
Here at 919, a coffee shop and bar is celebrating a big milestone today. We're getting a look inside Hodges Bend. It marks 10 years in Tulsa. It's a pretty